सेव किया था ना?
मैं सिर्फ इसलिए गया था क्योंकि उसने मुझे कॉल किया, that's it. But listen तो.
Save it for someone else.
जिंदगी में सेव करना जरूरी है, मगर जब बात पैसों की हो, सिर्फ सेविंग से काम नहीं चलेगा। इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए और अपने सेविंग्स को आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Let us start this episode of Clutter by looking at a cartoon. This is a cartoon from Dawn, the respected Pakistani newspaper, and the cartoonist is Zahoor. Brilliant cartooning. So look at this cartoon, and what I'll do is I'll have some of these pictures enlarged for you, some of these caricatures enlarged, so you can recognize these better. Now, if you see these, you will find almost the entire cast of characters from Pakistan politics. What is this cartoon about? Once again, you see all these people, you see a sheet in front of them as if covering them. People look like they are naked. There is a lot of water also on the ground, puddles of water. So this conforms to the Urdu metaphor, Hindi metaphor also, something we use very often. Hammam mein sabhi nange hain. Everybody is naked in the bathhouse. So what is the bathhouse and what is this nakedness all about? This is about what is called as the toshakhana properties in Pakistan. Or in the case of Imran Khan, which is the provocation for talking about this now, and which is why this has become such a big story in Pakistan, and it's such a fascinating story, is that Imran Khan is now facing what is called as the toshakhana reference case. In that case, the allegation is that he took a lot of the expensive gifts that he received during his tenure as Prime Minister. Now, there are some gifts that he took from the toshakhana. Toshakhana, by the way, is Persian word. It's a Persian word for a treasure house. So this is something that in the Indian subcontinent, various agencies, governments have had. This is where any valued property, sometimes police stations also call their own recovery rooms where they put recovered property as toshakhana. But generally, this is where the governments, central governments, federal government in Pakistan's case, they maintain a register and a storehouse of gifts received by top officials of the government. India also has it. In India, toshakhana for gifts received by India's top officials, including the Prime Minister and President and the Minister for External Affairs, is maintained by MEA. In fact, in the MEA, after all the gifts come, periodically there's a valuation of the gifts. Valuation is done by a customs officer or an appraiser appointed by the customs department. Anything that's valued at below 5,000 rupees, the recipient can take it home. Anything that's valued above that becomes problematic in the sense that you can't take it home. That is auctioned now. The rule is that everything is auctioned. So in fact, in the last two auctions that have taken place in India, 2019 and 2021, 5,925 items were auctioned for a total value of 22.500 crores. That money was given away to the Namami Gange project. That is how this works in India. Now, in Pakistan, these norms were not set. These norms have only now been set after these big scandals have come out. And it looks like everybody has been taking properties or valuable items that they received as gifts. So what Pakistan government has now done is, because a case has been filed against Imran Khan, and Imran Khan has also been disqualified for not disclosing the valuable items received by him as gifts when he was Prime Minister, not handing them over to toshakhana, in fact auctioning them mostly in Dubai, 3 Rolex watches for 36 lakh Pakistani rupees. So you want to convert them to Indian rupees, just divide by 3. So 36 million Pakistani rupees is like 12 million Indian rupees, 1.2 crores. He sold these watches there, did not declare them. It's only when the stuff hit the fan that he said that, look, I've sold them and I'm paying this much money to the government or to the toshakhana. That happened later. He had taken this stuff earlier, or allegedly he had taken this stuff earlier. Because of this, Election Commission of Pakistan held him guilty of not declaring his assets, misuse of office, etc. And Election Commission in Pakistan has incredible powers. For example, it can haul in people for contempt and punish them. I didn't know them. I am only figuring this out as I am reading up. But based on this, they have disqualified Imran Khan from holding public office and contesting elections for 5 years. In fact, they even disqualified from holding his seat in national parliament. Based on this, criminal cases have been filed, non-bailable warrants were issued, a court had injuncted this warrant until March 13, that was the Monday that has just gone past, and now the police are at his home to arrest him. So the whole story is about toshakhana. So what is there to justify this cartoon and also this metaphor, use of this metaphor, hamam mein sabhi nange, everybody is naked in the bathhouse, or everybody is naked in the communal bathhouse where a lot of people go for their bath together. That is because Pakistan government now, because there's been such a story about Imran Khan and his supporters who are very vocal. They've been saying that others have also been taking this stuff. So why are you only singling out Imran Khan for punishment and for criminal cases? Similarly, everybody who's held this office from all parties, from PPP, from PML Nawaz Sharif himself, his family, the prime ministers who've held the office from PMLN, and from, say, under Musharraf, Shaukat Aziz, Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, etc., the former president, Asif Zardari, they've all taken expensive gifts. So why are you only singling out Imran Khan? So what the government has now done, Shehbaz Sharif government, they have now put out the list of all items received by Pakistani dignitaries or those holding the high office in Pakistan since 2002. It runs into 466 pages. But mind you, this is only items that they know about or the items that were reported to the toshakhana. In most cases, people who got these items have taken them away by paying a fraction of the value. Firstly, you get an item valued maybe 3, 4, 5 years after it was received. So by that time, inflation has come up. You value it at whatever value, convenient value, and then you pay 20% of it. Usually people have been paying 20% and taking the rest. I will give you some highlights from that list. But then why is it that Imran Khan is being tried or Imran Khan is being charged criminally and has also been disqualified by the Election Commission of Pakistan? That is because of the allegation that Imran Khan never declared these gifts. For example, a whole bunch of Rolex watches. He never declared them to toshakhana. He never handed them over to toshakhana. On the other hand, he auctioned them. He auctioned them or sold them outside Pakistan, mostly in Dubai. It so happens, maybe the story is partly apocryphal, but it's only partly apocryphal because there is something to it. It seems that one of those watches turned up in some place where the person who had gifted it to Imran Khan, who had to be from a royal family in the Gulf, recognized the watch and said, this is the watch I gave to Imran Khan. And that's how this story started. Now, once this stuff hit the fan, as I told you, he immediately, retrospectively said, look, I took these things. He didn't say I didn't declare them, but he tried to cover for himself by paying like 20% of the value or 50% of the value, in some cases even 50% of the value, hoping that that will then become a mitigating factor. But the Election Commission of Pakistan and also the legal system in Pakistan, the courts are saying that, look, you took it away, you never declared it, and because you never declared it, you are guilty of not disclosing your assets properly as Prime Minister, and thereby you are chargeable under our criminal law. So that is the toshakhana reference case in which at this point Imran is ducking arrest. Now let me tell you about some of the details of what these 466 pages have thrown up. So look at some of the gifts they've been receiving. Some of the gifts are very valuable, but not everything is. So I see a story in Dawn that tells me that even petty gifts have been taken away mostly by officials who received them. This is ties, handkerchiefs, suits, saris, suit pieces, not even stitched suits, watches, of course, fruits, right? Ornamental daggers, that's a popular gift in Pakistan, cufflinks, and everybody's done it. Everybody's done it. From Musharraf to Shaukat Aziz to Shehbaz Sharif, Zardari himself, when he was president, he received 182 gifts. He, quote unquote, bought all of them. He bought all of them by paying about 20% or 30%. It's all very arbitrary. He also received a Lexus, Toyota Lexus, that also seems like a popular gift in Pakistan by foreigners to Pakistani high dignitaries. I haven't seen, not since Rajiv Gandhi received those 2 cars from the Crown Prince of Jordan, right? And from whatever I understand, Rajiv Gandhi did not take them home. Since then, I haven't heard of any Indian dignitary being presented an expensive car by a foreign visitor or on a foreign visit. So Zardari got a Toyota Lexus, and BMW and Toyota Lexuses will keep coming back as we talk. And these were worth 10 crores in all, 10 crore Pakistani rupees. So once again, apply the division by 3 to convert this into Indian rupees. So 10 crore rupees, he paid 2 crores and bought all of them. So for 2 crore Pakistani rupees, which is about 65 lakh Indian rupees, he bought all of these 182 gifts. Then 111 gifts have been given to Bushra Bibi, who is Imran Khan's current wife. These were valued at 5.9 crores Pakistani rupees. She paid about 1/3 of that, 2 million, and kept them. Then Nawaz Sharif and his wife Kulsoom, when Nawaz Sharif was Prime Minister, they got 65 presents, which included expensive watches, 1 bulletproof vehicle. These were also bought back, quote unquote, on the same principle. 2016, Nawaz Sharif got 37 million worth of gifts, which were retained by him on a payment of 7.6 million. So that is 1/5 or 20%. And if you look at Pakistan's once Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, he got a bunch of gifts, and his wife, Sabina Shahid, she got 99 million crores worth of jewellery set. That is 10 crores Pakistani rupees. 10 crore Pakistani rupees worth of jewellery set, for which she paid less than 2 crores, 19.9 million. So again, the formula of 20%. First have it valued in a convenient manner, then give 20% and take it home. It's all kosher, it's all yours. Also, Shahid Khaqan Abbasi's sons, Nadir Khaqan and Abdullah Khaqan, they got expensive Rolex watches on the same day, 17 April 2018, the same day as a jewelry set also, and they bought these back from the government by paying about half the value. Once again, the valuation was also done by somebody in the government. The current Prime Minister, Shehbaz Sharif, in 2022 got a Rolex watch worth 1.4 million, which he dutifully deposited in toshakhana, because by this time, obviously, toshakhana had become a big story and a big issue. PML Nawaz leader, again, Defense Minister now, PML Nawaz leader, Khwaja Asif, he got gifts worth 8.8 million, for which he paid exactly half, and he kept it. And when Pervez Musharraf was there, he followed no rules at all, because he was the dictator. So no rules. He made the rules. Obviously made no rules for himself. He got dozens and dozens of gifts, including, I told you, Toyota Lexus will come back, including a Toyota Lexus which he did not even bother to declare. On the same day, Shaukat Aziz, who was then his Prime Minister, he got a Lexus. He declared it, but he kept it. He declared it, but he kept it after paying 20%. So he got this Toyota Lexus, he declared it, paid 20%, kept it, and immediately then sold it, right? So that is quick, immediate profit, which he earned. I also saw a discussion on a Pakistani TV channel with Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, the former Prime Minister. He's asked that, look, you got so many gifts, and you are now saying that many of the gifts you just re-gifted to your friends and your relatives, or you paid money and bought them, right? So what are you complaining about if Imran Khan also keeps his gifts or pays for them? And he says the difference is, in that interview, he says the difference is that when I took those gifts, I paid for them beforehand. In Imran Khan's case, he took the gifts away, and it's only after he was caught or his resale of the gifts was revealed that he paid. That is why what he's done is criminal. That is why what Imran Khan has now done is a crime, but whatever I did or people in my times did was all right. In India, the rules for government officials, not just high dignitaries, but all of them, for accepting gifts from foreigners were set very far back. In fact, I can trace them back to 1978, and my colleague Maushmi Das Gupta tells me that these are rules which get revised all the time. So the rules are called foreign contributions, brackets, acceptance or retention of gifts or presentation rules 2012. 2012 must be the last time they were revised. These are deposited, all gifts are deposited in the toshakhana, and as I told you, once they are appraised by Customs Department appraiser, anything that's reckoned to be below 5,000 rupees worth, that the officer or the dignitary or anybody, the government functionary, is allowed to retain. Anything that's valued at more can be bought at market value minus 5,000 rupees. So, which means if somebody is gifted a tie, which may be worth, customs appraiser says worth 10,000, then you can say, all right, 5,000 get a set off because that much I can get for free. I pay another 5,000 and I can keep this tie. I'd like to find out, however, what happened to these couple of bottles of Glenfiddich single malt whiskey. So I see particularly the name of a joint secretary, Satish Sivan, who was gifted a bottle of Glenfiddich whiskey, single malt, which the customs appraiser valued at 8,000 rupees. So I'd like to know, poor fellow, did he take the whiskey by paying that additional 3,000, or is that whiskey still lying in the toshakhana? I noticed one more case of a bottle of whiskey like that, the same brand. So thoda sa, I would say in our rules, they can up this limit from 5,000 to something a little bit more realistic. Again, I'm sure because we are giving you such a list of expensive gifts that the Pakistanis receive, bejeweled swords worth crores, bejeweled daggers worth tens of millions. What is the most expensive gift, you might ask, is that an Indian dignitary received. It was a silver jewellery set embedded with diamonds and emeralds valued at 6.7 crores. This was gifted to Sushma Swaraj when she was Minister for External Affairs, and dutifully she handed over to the toshakhana. It's been sitting, I believe, with the MEA since then. Nobody takes these home in India. Nobody can take these home in India also. So maybe the Pakistanis are setting up the system now. Having said that, let me come back to Imran Khan and tell you what are the various things he's supposed to have taken. And you will see there are some brands that I don't even know. I thought the most expensive watch brands meant Rolex, etc., Rolex, Piaget. In his case, 2018, he got a Graf wristwatch, GRAFF, worth 85 million rupees, 8.5 crore Pakistani rupees. Then he got cufflinks in the same year, worth 5.6 million, 56 lakh. A pen worth 1.5 million. Then he got a ring in the same year, worth 8.75 millions, right? Which he bought back at 20%. 2018, he got a Rolex watch worth 3.8 million, for which he paid 20%. 2019, again, another Rolex watch worth 1.5 million. Cheapskate. Somebody gave him a cheap Rolex watch. वो पहले वाला अच्छा था, gave him 3.8 million, ये 1.5 million, which again he bought. This one he bought at 50%. And then September of 2020, he got another Rolex at 4.4 million worth, for which he has paid 2.4 million. But obviously, these payments have come from him after these watches had been sold, mostly in Dubai already, and he had collected a much larger amount of money out of these, say 36 million rupees, I mentioned that to you. And that is the case against him. His wife, Bushra Bibi, she got a necklace worth 10 million. In 2020 September, a bracelet worth 2.4 million, a ring worth 2.8 million, and earrings worth 1.19 million, for which she has now paid 9 million rupees, which is 50% of the value. Once again, the issue is, did you declare them earlier and paid in time, or did you only declare this once you had got caught? So as we conclude this episode of Cut the Clutter, Imran Khan is still defying arrest. Islamabad police is in Lahore. They are saying we have orders from the court. We will not go back without arresting him, Imran Khan. But while he's not available to arrest at his home, police is told he's not available. He's giving speeches to his supporters and he's saying the usual stuff you expect from him, which is, if I'm arrested, if something happens to me, if I'm sent to jail, or if I'm killed, don't surrender before these thieves, thugs, foreign agents, etc., blah, blah, blah. All the terms of endearment that he uses for the other side of the political divide in his country. But once again, interestingly, very interestingly, the latest row that he's caught in is about a few gifts that he received as Prime Minister, and it seems just filched them without paying for them. In the process, he has also thrown light on what had been an ongoing scandal in Pakistani politics for decades now, that is filching away of expensive gifts received from foreigners. And that is what is characterized so brilliantly in this cartoon. That's the reason I started with this cartoon. I am also concluding with it.